Being an international student in America is challenging. It's even more challenging when applying for jobs that require H1B sponsorship. Eric No, an international student, received his sponsorship from Deloitte, one of the prestigious Big Four CPA firms. Let's continue to learn how Eric received his sponsorship.
Can you just introduce a little bit about yourself?
My name is Eric No, and I'm from Vietnam, from Ho Chi Minh City. So I have been in US for 5 years. It was like amazing. Like when I landed to US, it was just like another world to me. And the second day in US was my orientation. My university was Texas Christian University, TCU, the Horn Frog. And I was always proud to be the Horn Frog. And the reason why I chose US was like I have been studying abroad before during high school. I was in New Zealand. And New Zealand was like a different world compared to US. Like I must say, from my opinion, it was so slow. Not too much excitement there, and like it was too boring for a teenager like me. So after 3 years in New Zealand, I said like, okay, US must be a country. Like I cannot stay in another country which is like slow, like New Zealand. So the US is known for the land of opportunity, American dream, and I know like I can change my career path, and I can like reach the dream that I have when I'm going to US. And like when I'm applying for American university, I was not aware of any visa, any like H1B or the hiring process at all. Like I thought that if I do good, and like I can get a job, but like certainly like it was like way harder than that.
So how about like within the class?
Like how our culture, like when we want to say something, we need to raise our hand. And like here, like people don't raise hand, people like just speak out. But every time I want to voice my opinion, I need to wait for my turn. And like apparently like my turn never come because like they keep like speaking. Like even like if I raise my hand, like no one would notice that. Like I just have to interrupt them. Like there's no other way I can voice myself until doing that. And for root project, I don't want to say like stereotype, but like it is kind of stereotype when people expect like us as like Asian student to work harder than like any other student. Like so like when in any like group project they would say like, oh, you must be a hardworking person. Like, oh, you must good at math. I mean, it's not a bad thing though. Like a lot of people take it like really offensive. Like, I don't feel offended at all. I think like that's a good thing. We are known for that. Like it's our personal branding, right? Then like they expect more from us. They slack off and they expect us to fill the gap for them. Like they expect us to take on their work. It's just so many cases like that, like in the room work. So like sometimes like, I try to work with like different kind of people like and like of the diverse background. But then sometimes I just end up with my friends, like my Vietnamese friend, because like they are the best people in class because like they do the work. I know like it would not apply to everyone. I know like there's hardworking people as well. But like,
Wow, so how about making friends?
I always want to break out of my comfort zone because I know like I can be here and speak Vietnamese every day. Like I have to speak English, and I want to do that as well so that I can improve my English. So my first friend is my roommate. My roommate is an American, and he's super nice. He's super cute, and like the only conflict we have is the room temperature. Like, he's like always said the room temperature is like 65, and like the moment like I came back to my room, I turned it back to 75. But like that's not the big deal at all. Other than that, like, we hang out really well. He introduced me to other students, to other of his friends and different organizations. I think like that's a good thing about the student here is like they have a good connection with other people, and they love to connect you with other people as well. They love like introduce you to their friends. One part of the cultural shock at the beginning is like, you know how here they say like, hey, how are you? It's just like hi. Like it's just like a casual way to say hi. And like every time like when I was first here, like every time they say like, hey, how's it going? Or like, hey, how are you? I would always like spend like 5 minutes like explaining to them like how my day has been, and they just don't care about it. Later on I understand that. And later on I just like walk by them and say the same thing, like, hey, how's your day? Or like, hey, it's good, and like just keep walking. I don't stop anymore.
When you were in college, did you involve in a lot of campus activities?
I'm super involved in those, and I think like I admit it, I'm a super extrovert person, and I just can't stay in my room. I spend most of my day outside of my room, and I don't come back to my room until 11 p.m. like every day to do homework and to study. So I spend this rest of my day outside my room to involve in different things like organization.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I involve a lot is the event planning organization, where we organize 2 events every week. And I started as a volunteer, become an event leader, and then become a director of the organization. And that like hugely impact my life in college, because like it's where I knew my connection. It's where people know about me. The biggest secret would be like the commitment. Like you work for it, not to build your resume. A lot of people have the mindset in college. It's like you have to do a lot so that you have a good resume, and that's not how I see it. You do it because you love to do it. You do it because you want to see more people. You want to contribute to the community. It's not like you do it because of the benefit of it, or like because you want to show that you involve on campus. It's not the purpose of it. So I truly enjoy it.
How can you balance your time?
I know a lot of people going to college focus a lot on studying,
Mm-hmm.
focus a lot on like building their career. But
Mm-hmm.
like for me, to start building your career, to start building your life in college, it's like you have to involve in many things.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me to balance it, it's just like you have to sacrifice the other things, because like you have limited number of hours per day. You only have 24 hours per day, so that you can spend a lot of time on this one and also spend a lot of time on the other thing. So like I sacrifice my mostly my sleeping hour. So like as I told you, I came back to like my room at like 11 p.m. and I stay up till 2 or 3 a.m. to study, and then wake up again at 9 a.m. to school. I know that's not the healthy life at all, but like I guess like you only be in college once, so why not? And I'm happy with that. I think like you can do whatever you want as long as you're happy with your choice.